Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you very much for joining me on today's live stream. We've got some great news coming out of the precious metals market today, which is fantastic. We've got silver breaking through that 1650 resistance. It's currently still strong. It's going up. We're going to take a look at it and where we see silver in the near term. We've also got platinum as well. Platinum has also broken out, which is great. I did expect this. I just wasn't sure when. If you look at previous videos, I did say I was expecting a breakout based on the performance here that we were seeing and with the way the charts were playing. So that's great to see platinum really breaking out nicely. And then we got gold. Gold is interesting. It's not really doing much. So we'll just move on to palladium for now. Palladium's up. We can see it here. Hopefully there'll be a nice up curve. We're going to keep an eye on that because it looks more like palladium is following gold currently, and platinum and silver are just running away. So we're definitely going to take a look at those two shortly. I just want to thank everyone for joining me on the live stream. If you're new to the channel, please hit the subscribe button and obviously like the video, and please join us in the chat for any comments that you may want to add. But the market is looking extremely good for at least two precious metals right now. We've got Stephen Heath. He says greetings, and we've also got Jody Rhodes. He's put the comments in, so we're going to. Thanks, Jody, and thanks, Stephen Heath. We're going to be taking a look at this. We've got some great news coming out of silver and platinum today. Just in regards to silver's performance, it's, if we look on the daily here, we've just got an extremely strong uptrend here. Silver's up nearly 19 cents again today. So we've just had this consistent momentum moving up. The reason why I've got silver up because I want to see where our next area of resistance and support is going to be. What I think, where I sort of, at least my opinion is where I perceive the silver price going. Where silver is currently moving into, from my opinion here, we seem to be moving in a lot of buying, and there's certainly a small amount of resistance. Probably the next resistance level is coming up, so it's about the 1670 level. However, for now, we seem to be in these areas, these strong buying areas currently. So I foresee us pretty much getting to that level pretty soon, before having some sort of battle in regards to getting through that, and probably some degree of pullback before we end up taking off again. However, please note we've got these strong buying signals over here and here. So even though there is a resistance level currently at about the 670 mark, with these strong areas of buying here, here, and here, we might just find ourselves pushing through that with relative ease. However, we always hit resistance. So just take it with caution, but we're definitely going to be taking a look at that. We got Sucker for Silver says, hey everyone, good morning for Cali. Jody Rhodes says, it's that hot. My silver is melted. Stephen Heath says, hit Limey's like button. Jody Rhodes said, hey Sucker, hello from London. Love it. He says, welcome Jody. That's Stephen Heath. Sucker for Silver also saying hello there as well. If you're not subbed to anyone, please obviously sub each other back. It's always subscribe, beg your pardon, each other. That would be great. So we're going to take a look at the breakdown shortly in regards to the hourly. But this is the metal that I think is really going to go up in value. Its highs were almost 2,400 euros. Sorry, dollars. Beg your pardon. At its high, there's plenty of room for movement here for this metal. If I look at where our zones are buying, we're moving into buying zones shortly again. So we've pretty much broken through these resistance levels pretty hard. So we're moving into other, and hopefully we can keep momentum going. And more than likely, we're going to see $900 platinum level, and then hopefully the big once we get past this area of resistance here, this 911, we're going to see some magical numbers, and hopefully we can get back into four figures for platinum. So we're definitely going to keep an eye on that. But there you go, it's broken through its trend line, and it's sitting at $876 per ounce. That's $20 up on the day. The open for platinum was 856, which means it was just at the top of this resistance, this ascending resistance level. Smash right to it with incredible strength. So that's definitely one to watch. So silver. Sorry, the chat hasn't changed. Right, we got 3 currently, so hopefully we can get a few more people in as time goes on. Right, so if you look at the gold chart again, not really much movement in regards to gold currently at the minute. We're still sort of just trading sideways, sort of pretty much waiting for sentiment to change in regards to those rates, which are about a week away. So that's probably, we won't see much action. There will be some movement. I mean, if you have a look here, we're pretty much hitting resistance there and immediately coming back down. So it seems that the light currently is not on gold currently at the minute. If I look at these resistance levels, and we just don't seem to be able to break. We punch on through and then straight back down, and then we tried again, rejection, tried again, rejection, tried again today, and we're still being rejected. So gold is still in the, we're going to take a look at the descending wedge. Yeah, we're still in that descending wedge zone. I thought we were honestly going to break out, but we didn't. And what happened was we're now back in this channel. However, we're pretty close. So again, it's more than likely we're going to test this area of resistance in the near future, and more than likely we're probably going to break through that. So we're definitely going to keep an eye on that. Health Babe is here. Hey, Health Babe, how you doing? I hope you're right on platinum, SL. Need to get some more first, says Sucker for Silver. You'll have to change that name for Sucker for Platinum. Well, I tell you what, the charts don't lie, my friend, in regards to where we are here. But I've got an interesting article here on platinum as well that we're going to be taking a look at it as well. So I've got platinum, I've got an article on silver, and then we're also going to look at Russia's gold reserves as well. So we're definitely going to take a look at that. So just from a article perspective, we got investors continue piling into silver ETFs. We then have is platinum's time to shine? Platinum price forecast for the rest of 2019, which I think that's really should give you some sort of idea in regards to what some of the institutions are thinking the price of platinum is going to be. We've then got Russia here that says Russia's gold reserves, total gold reserves top $100 billion as central bank adds another 600,000 ounces in June. So we're definitely going to be taking a look at that. On the crypto side of things, we're going to be looking at this article here. We've got Bitcoin. Bitcoin reacting from $9,500. Will Hanzhou internet court ruling trigger demand? Bitcoin steady below 10,000, followed by a crypto fear and greed index. So we're going to be taking a look at that. And then I've also got another video for us to have a look at. It is what gives cryptocurrency value, tokenomics part 1. And then we'll also have a look at the other ones. So let's look again. We're going to have another look at silver. We're going to see if silver 1659. Geez, guys, man, silver's just hitting the sweet spot right now. Wow, geez, we're immediately up to 8 people. Bullion Bouncer, hey man, how you doing? Bullion Bouncer, good to see you. Tucker for Silver says gold is hanging in there against the dollar, so that is healthy. Yeah, currently strong dollar currently at the minute is hindering gold profits. So it's probably the reason why gold isn't really moving. But it's interesting that gold's no longer having an effect in regards to what is happening with silver, and likewise with platinum. So it's almost, I mean, I don't want to speak too soon, but maybe we are having a breakaway now from silver being always the number 2 to gold, based on if we have a look at this performance here. I mean, this isn't what gold's doing right now. So it's interesting that we're in this cycle currently at the minute, and the same with platinum as well. So we'll look into that. Health Babe says, I'm doing fine. I just tested the new streaming setup. Okay, cool. Sucker for Silver says, Health Babe, good morning. Just FYI, if you want to continue your live stream after the obsolete of Google Hangouts, you might need to check on the throughput of your current computer system. Okay, super. I've got some OBS. The software is installed. I just need to get it sort of activated with YouTube. But I know, as far as I know, you can't add other additional people to it. But at least it gives me the streaming capability during the week. Anyway, Precious Metals update says Silver Line is 79 and everyone. I can't stay for long, but I suppose I'm supposed to be working. Hey man, how you doing? Healthbook says, yeah, nice. It broke 1650. and it's looked like it's moving up to 1660. I mean, we're so close. It was 1658.5. Health Babe, Stephen, he says, stop pumping silver, Silver Limey 709. You will upset Corn and force him to do a video. Well, I can't exactly talk about gold right now because gold's not really doing anything. Hence why the title is today is platinum and silver. Right, let's crack on with that first article anyway. So let's have a look. Just double check. Platinum 876 per ounce, silver at 1658. Palladium, sorry, that's this one here. Palladium is $1,536 an ounce, and gold at $1,422 an ounce, and it's back into this descending zone. However, it's right at the top, so it's pretty close to breaking out. Right, so let's have a look at this one. This is by Kitco News, I believe. Yeah, Kitco News. It says investors continue piling into silver ETFs. This is published. This is by Alan Sikora. This is on Wednesday, the 24th. Investors are continuing to pile into silver exchange traded funds, with ETF holding since the start of June rising by more than the amount of metal normally mined throughout the world in an entire month, an analyst said. Holding in silver-backed ETF surged 818 tons on Tuesday, the biggest daily increase in data compiled by Bloomberg since 2006, said commodities brokerage SP Angel. Investors added to silver ETFs for the 12th straight day, bringing the total known assets to a record 18,315 tons. The metal has been outperforming gold lately. We know that, as reflected by the declining gold to silver ratio, said Commerzbank. It seems as if silver has kissed awake 2 or 3 weeks ago when the technical important 100 and 200-day moving averages held firm, Commerz said. Ever since the price has been rising almost continually, analysts cited unabated and very high buying demand from investors. Silver ETFs have now seen inflows of nearly 2,000 tons since the start of the month, and even of 2,400 tons since the beginning of June. Commerzbank said this is the equivalent to more than the month's worth of mining production. The holdings in the silver ETFs tracked by Bloomberg are set at a record high at over 18,300 tons. Wow, phenomenal. So just extremely great sentiment to see on silver for a change. And even from an investor's perspective, seeing the amount of people who are actually investing in or looking at all those new ETFs that are just adding to the price. It's really great to see. As we talked about last week, we will expect to challenge the $17 to $18 level. Absolutely, I see that definitely in the short term. Sheffield EPNS, Stephen Heath, I hope Corn makes another video. He is hilarious to me. Lord have mercy. Coin Sense and Nonsense. Hey man, how you doing? It's good to see you. Fantastic, glad you made it, man. Silver Limey says, sorry, Healthbabe says, I stay on the sideline since gold spot broke 1360 resistance. Yeah, I mean, obviously in regards to that, it certainly is. Yeah, I'd be very cautious. What's up, Coin Sense and Nonsense? That is Precious Metals. Precious Metals update. Good to see you, my friend. So that is the silver ETFs. Now we're going to move into this one here. This is platinum's time to shine? Platinum price forecast for the rest of 2019. The platinum price has been, sorry, this is by capital.com. Platinum price has seen a relative beacon of strength in the first quarter of 2019. Will the upward trend continue, giving platinum a strong buy rating? For now, the experts remain bullish as of the platinum price forecast 2019 shows that global demand is set to increase by 5%. So they're obviously estimating global demand is set to increase by 5%, and that'll obviously have an effect on prices. Platinum price prediction. One of the rarest and purest metals in the world, platinum is armed with distinctive qualities, making it highly valued across a number of different economic segments. Platinum's unique catalytic and physical properties made it a metal of choice for many industrial applications. Platinum supply comes from two major sources: mining output and recycling. The latter comes from jewelry recycling and the end of life auto catalysts. Over the last 5 years, around 75% of the total annual platinum supply has come from a primary mining. 75% of all platinum is mined in South Africa. Just you can make a note of that. That's quite a substantial 2/3 of the market, if you can call it that, or 3/4 of the market, depending on how you want to say it, comes from South Africa. The world's platinum demand is being more diverse and robust. The four major segments of the platinum demand include automotive, 41 to 43%, industrial, 22%, jewelry makes up a staggering 33%. Wow, I didn't think it was that high. And investments, the smallest but powerful segment, ranging from 1 to 6%. According to the latest World Platinum Investment Council report in 2019, forecast shows a significant increase in overall platinum demand. There it is, significant increase in overall platinum demand. It is strengthened by a growing investment demand that offsets a slightly declining demand in the automotive, industrial, and jewelry segments. So it looks like, even though a lot of people are concerned in regards to what the automotive sector is, from an investment perspective, there seems to be more. This is going to be growing from the investment side of it. So the 1.6% now, more than likely, is going to be a lot higher. So it'll absorb whatever the automotive difference is going to be. Sorry, just going to check the chat quick. I saw someone had a question there. So I'm working. So that's Coinsense and Nonsense. Says he's working. So I'm only here in spirit. Well, thanks very much, Coinsense and Nonsense. Says, yeah, Coin is hilarious. If you like being called a silver sissy or a silver pumper or fanatic, I think that's probably his words. That's Stephen Heath. Precious metals update. Lord of mercy, health, babe. You know, it's Corn is funny. I don't see why people got so mad. You don't have to agree with him. He's just trying to provoke people, and he does it with controversial and comedic style. Precious metals update says, so just know that you don't get offended. You can't, if you can't laugh at yourself, then who can laugh? Who can you laugh at? Or then who can you laugh at? Yeah, exactly. I enjoy watching most of them, but sometimes I do take a break. Health Babe says, Silver Limey, I am currently a silver pumper. Metal Bum, I was curious, how long have you guys been in the precious metals market? You too, like me. Yeah, well, let's say my first attempt at precious metals was 2004. Second attempt at precious metals was last year. However, I've always had a keen eye for the investment in side of things. Just don't take it personal. That's what Health Babe's saying there. Right, so 2019 offers 3 factors strengthening platinum's investment segments. An ongoing disruption of South African mining output, which, you know, funny enough, we should talk about this because I made a video in regards to the negotiations for platinum. I think it was last week's video or a couple of weeks back, and I said more than likely there was going to be some sort of disruption, because they tend to strike majority of the time in South Africa whenever there's time for negotiation. And I wondered that if that was going to have an adverse effect on supply, because 75% of all platinum comes from South Africa. So that may reduce platinum supply, as 95% of the world's platinum reserves. Oh, well, there we go. It's actually more, but that's interesting. I've seen 75. This one says 95%. I don't think it's quite that high. Diesel market recovery in Western Europe may increase demand from the automotive sector. Platinum tends to perform better when the auto industry is in good health. The increase in the palladium price might make auto manufacturers look for alternative techniques. This may result in further growth for platinum as a replacement for palladium in gasoline cars. Right, what do the experts say? Various financial institutions have earmarked different estimates for platinum price in 2019. Right, so we're going to start off with the lowest and we'll work our way up to the highest. So the first one we have is Deutsche Bank, who are going through their own situation currently at the minute. They're saying $820 an ounce. Well, that's clearly wrong. We've got, because it's obviously higher than that now, $876. Natasis says 875. We're already at that level, and we're only in July. We got Commerce Bank is saying $900 an ounce. We've got Standard Chartered at 930. Again, we're really not that far away from those, and I see us getting to that 900 level fairly soon. And we've got ABN AMRO, $1,100. That sounds probably more realistic. And likewise with TD Securities at $1,000, say $1,031 per ounce. Historically, platinum reached its all-time high of $2,253 per ounce in March of 2008. So it's been a long time since it's hit that level. Platinum record low of $97 in 1972. Wow, that must be cheap. Imagine buying platinum in 1972 when it was worth $97. In 2017, the average price for platinum stood at $948 per troy ounce. In 2018, the average price is estimated at $1,090. The latest platinum commodity prices are around 836. Trade platinum spot, CFDs. Platinum supply and demand. Supply and demand will always be the primary driver for platinum prices. Experts believe that similar to 2018, there will be also a surplus of platinum in 2019. However, the surplus will be smaller and the demand will be greater. Okay, we're going to go into platinum supply and platinum demand shortly. Just going to check in with everyone here. Let's have a look. I'm not offended. I think he's funny. Every time I watch his videos, I fall about laughing. Stephen E. I held coins for a while, but this year got serious. Bought 800 ounces. Wow, good job there, metal bum. 800 ounces of silver. I see blood in the streets. Good to hear that. It is funny. His videos are funny, says Health Babe. But it's also enjoyable and tangible nature of precious metals makes it even better as a store of value and out of the financial system, says Metal Bum. Precious metals is saying hello there to Metal Bum. And then Stephen Heath, then he called me a rat and banned me from commenting on the crime of having an opinion of my own. Oh dear. Metal Bum, indeed, it is one of the good ideas to stay away from the private banking system. It also means that it is privately held. So again, no one, it's just you currently have it, so you own it. Precious Metals Update says he's been in precious metals since 2015. Steve Neese, sorry to hear that. Maybe I need to have you as a guest on my next live stream so you can rant about everything. Everyone's saying hello there to everybody, so we're going to continue here. Right, platinum supply. Despite the accelerating operations at South African mines, the reduced platinum production in Russia and Zimbabwe resulted as a 1% decrease in platinum supply for 2018, according to the WPIC's estimates. The operational disruption continues in 2019. However, a growth in platinum recycling and increased output from North America and South African mines will boost platinum supply by 2%. Platinum recycling supply will also contribute to platinum growth due to a bump in the auto catalyst supply, which will offset the decline in the jewelry industry. Platinum demand. Analysts believe the demand for platinum will continue to grow in several sectors for the rest of 2019. Platinum investments. Obviously, I'm not going to go into each one here. So we've got platinum investments, platinum jewelry, platinum in industry. So obviously, industrial applications for platinum. There we go. Why buy platinum in 2019? Relatively low prices for platinum can make it a commodity of choice for many investors. Buying an asset when the price is relatively low can serve as a good investment strategy, especially in the case of the assets with fundamental market support. Believing in step-by-step recovery for platinum price for the rest of 2019, experts predict significant price growth in 2020 and beyond. It means that it may be a good time to diversify your portfolio with platinum. Another good choice in regards to this, everyone, is that for every one platinum, you sell an ounce of gold. How much platinum can you get? Currently, you can probably get just under 2 ounces. It's 1 ounce is what, 876. So definitely one of them. Half ounce would be 435. So 435. So you can probably get an ounce and 3/4 of platinum versus an ounce of gold. Just thinking out loud. But there you go. It's up to you guys. But if you guys want to get involved in platinum, I know if I had the money, I would certainly be looking at platinum myself. Right. I think I might need to look at that just to diversify a little bit. So my next gold purchase could be a platinum purchase, especially for that sort of money. If platinum turns into a bubble, I will cash out for all of them. There you go. Love this article. Buying an asset when the price is low can serve as a good investment strategy. No ways. Well, obviously, in the long run, maybe if you're buying at $800 an ounce, and in the long run, they're foreseeing the big growth in 2020, you could more than likely double your money in 2020. You could end up seeing a $1,600 platinum price, if that's what they're getting at. And welcome, Coin Collector. Coin Collector's just dropped in there. Health Babe says, if platinum turns it, yeah, sorry, went over that. Health Babe, we are close to an opportunity. Oh my God, this is genius. So it's Coin Collector. Sucker for Silver, yeah. I'm view on there. There seem to be like a lot of good people on there. Coin Collector's having a good laugh. Metal Bum says, I want platinum to dump more so I can buy in. If you've already said that, Metal Bum, you've already missed the boat. It's the same with the Health Babe there as well. Health Babe said that ship has sailed, my friend. The platinum ship has sailed, and all you can see is the tail end of the boat there, and you're thinking, damn, how am I going to get there? Generally, the best way to do it is just to reconfigure the price. I hear what you're saying. You're saying 790 to 825, but it's the exact same thing when you look at Bitcoin or cryptocurrencies. When they're at 10 grand, then you have to scale down and buy a smaller amount of it. At least you're in. Congress says, this has transformed my investment strategy. I was previously buying at highs and selling at lows. I hope you weren't doing that, Coin Collector. Jeepers, man. No, now I know why I was losing money. WTF. Metal Bum said, yes, I have been doing since I published my strategy at the beginning of this year. Mr. Doughboy 356, hey man, have a good day, everyone. Great to see you, buddy. Thanks for dropping in. Coinroll Craig is here. Awesome. Coinroll, I haven't seen you for a while, man. Good to see you. Healthbabe says, yes, it is too late. Yeah, if anyone's ever talking about prices, oh, I wish it was this, I wish it was that. Man, just, the boat sailed. But we'll talk about Bitcoin, because a lot of people would have thought the boat was sailed a long time ago, and what we're seeing is we're starting to see a declining price for Bitcoin. So that is one boat that might come back. Like I said, I'm not buying anything except pre-33 collector coin. That is Health Babe. Have you seen the design for the Perth Mint Luna 3? I haven't actually, Stephen. I definitely haven't seen that one. Precious Metals Update says platinum seems attractive right now, but also risky, because if the industrial demand could slow because of the weakening economy, it would also be historically low against gold. Well, that's why there were, if you check the earlier section of the article there, they were talking about that more than likely they'll see a shift from the automotive sector of it, and it'll probably diverse into other areas. It does seem pretty attractive. But I mean, if you look at let's say the institutions that foresee a higher platinum price, platinum is cheap right now. That's what I can say. Platinum is really cheap. The first chance I get, I'm gonna be getting some platinum. Sucker for Silver says, I still think these platinum prices are okay to scale in. There you go. Sucker for Silver. I might need to build a new system for future live streams. Yeah, I don't know. I presume there'll probably be some sort of option out there in regards to getting other people in and having a chat. I haven't really looked into it. Graham Stacker, thank you. The bullion gold is very close to many pre-33 world and US gold coins. Bitcoin boat is getting the Bitcoin boat is getting engine rebuilds. Apparently, that's Coinroll Craig. Aussie Alchemist, hey man, good day, Silver Limey. How you doing? It's good to see you, man. Craig, you dropped in. So true, Health Babe. Grabsack says, yeah, it makes total sense, Elbabe. Plus, you get the numismatic value out of it as well. Absolutely. I've always believed in those sort of dual purpose coins that also have a numismatic value and have also got some form of base metal value to it. And that's what I'm busy looking for at the minute, is trying to get coins that have a good balance in regards to numismatic value and investment value. I wouldn't say investment value, but precious metals value, so that they can counteract each other. So should one section go up, then at least the other one's down, then I'd just go with the higher price on either of them. I think it's a very good strategy personally. Coin Collector says, I still find it funny when you pronounce numismatics. Metal Bump says, but it's also cheap relative to history charts. But then again, silver. AG Chopsticks, hey man. Hey, how you doing? It says, good evening, Silver Limey. Mr. Talk on Silver, where do you think it is headed to? Man, we're going to have a look back at the chart shortly. Who knows, Metal Bum? Not me, I'm only speculating. Right, let's have a look. Oh, guys, silver broke 1660. Was 1661. $16.61 currently. Cheapest. That's fantastic. Right, my good man there, AG Chopstick, was asking me, where do I see silver? Right, well, funny enough, we're in a very interesting zone that we're going to be moving into next, because now that we've broken through that resistance level, we're moving into this kind of disruption, semi-buying sort of area. Now, if I have a look, there are some strong areas of buying, and obviously there's an area there. If I look at here, we're moving into a buying zone here. We're in a buying zone there. We're in a buying zone there as well. I pretty much see us moving into this area here, probably 1680, maybe even 1670. That's probably going to be our next level of resistance, probably 1670. If you have a look though, but we've got strong buying signals over here and here. So it's interesting. We should get there relatively in no time at all. At least that's my indication in regards to the way I see the charts here. Because we're not moving into an area here where there's a lot of buying until we hit that 1670 mark. Selling, beg your pardon, not buying. Once we're through that, then again we've just got more buying, and then we've got a resistance level there at 1733. Can you believe it, guys? We're going to be reaching $17 an ounce. $17 an ounce, man. Right, let's look at the hourly. Lots of green, everyone. Look at that. 1661. Went up as high as 1662 earlier, so you know we're pressing higher highs. Look at these guys, these higher highs all the time. We had a higher high over here. What's that? That was 16. I think that was 1659. Then we broke this one here. That was 1664. Then it was this one here, 1665. And then that candle is still going. We've still got 3 minutes left on that candle. So we're constantly on the door, constantly chipping away here. I mean, as I said yesterday, it was like a master mason chipping away on a block of stone with his hammer and his chisel. We're just chiseling away there, and we're creeping our way up. Let's have a look. Yeah, the buying zones are in green. The selling zones are in red. Yeah, selling zone red is bad. Green is good. All right, Silver Liming, everyone. I better start working now. Quit distracting me. Cheers, buddy. Good to see you. Thanks for dropping in. Been good, buddy. I'll be looking for your video, AG. Awesome. Alex Cornwell Hunter, fantastic. Just dropped in. Great stuff. Is anyone getting anything from Provident Metals? I don't really keep track of Provident being on the other side of the pond, but I'm sure you guys, just if there's any deals going on, just let everyone know there. For complete idiots out there. I guess that's green is good and red is bad. Health Babe says, Coin Collector, some of the prices are going up too. Good luck. Hope you will find one. I guess its definition of store of value, I mean, like money is a store of value. Still goes up and down. So, Graham Stacker says, thanks, South Bay. One of my LCSs doesn't care about the vintage or port silver. He sells it at the same price. There you go. Cheers, Precious Metals Update. Good to see you, my friend. Right, we'll get back to that. How was platinum looking? Okay, platinum still in the same area, 876. So silver's just currently chipping away. Gold's down to 1423. Right, so the next one we're going to move into is the amount of gold reserves that Russia's currently have in their vaults down in Moscow. Right. Russia's total gold reserves top 100 billion as central bank adds another 600,000 ounces in June. Right, this is from Kitco, and this is by Anna Golubova. This was done on Tuesday, so that would have been yesterday. Russia's gold reserves topped $100 billion, $100 billion mark in July as gold prices rose and the central bank continued to buy the yellow metal, according to the bank's latest press release. The Russian central bank bought another 597 ounces, or 18.67 tons of gold in June, which put the total gold holdings to 2.2 tons as of July 1st. There's some kind of funny symbol there. $100 billion worth, the Russian central bank said in the latest data release. At this time of writing, obviously pricing, Moscow has been actively buying up gold this year, adding more than 96 tons since the beginning of 2019. Russia bought 200,000 ounces in May, 550,000 ounces in April, 600,000 ounces in March, 1 million ounces in February, 200,000 ounces in January. During the last decade, Russia's gold reserves have gone from 2% to 19% as of the end of 2018 Q4, according to the World Gold Council. The World Gold Council has been pointing to an overarching trend towards gold, noting that central banks around the world purchased a total of 651 tons, or 51.5 tons of gold last year, the largest amount since 1971. There you go, guys. All right, so the World Council has been pointing to an overarching trend towards gold, noting that central banks around the world have purchased a total of 651.5 tons of gold last year, the largest amount since 1971. And when did the US dollar come off the gold standard? It was the Nixon shock, I think they believe they called it. Was it 1970? Was it 1974? If I remember correctly, or 1973, something like that. So that's pretty amazing to see. And I've said this numerous times, central banks are buying gold, and the evidence is there. You just need to look for it. They just don't like a lot of people knowing about it. Let's have a look here. Hey, Limey, do you see silver making big moves? Do these current moves seem different than the previous short-term ones? Like Maloney have been saying, there are some big changes in the market, like Wales. Yeah, I've considered that too. I mean, don't get me wrong. It's just there is substantial momentum there for silver, and they've had record numbers of ETFs. It was you can check one of the articles I put up that I read out. There was a record number of ETFs currently in silver. However, generally whales are waiting for the right price and then they dump it, and that could be similar to these red lines over here, as well as those earlier ones which were back here and back there. So I think there's a lot of people still buying, obviously buying silver in order for some form of maintaining their profits. So I don't see anyone, I mean, I can't speak for them, but in regards to what I've seen here, you do get these days when that's just their main focus is just selling and taking profits. So more than likely, I still foresee some good moves, and we are going to hit that $17 mark with this sort of momentum here. Again, I can only look at the charts. The news can change things, like we all know. News changes things on a daily basis. So, the precious metals play their tune to what comes out of the news reports. So again, I can only see what's in the charts. Let's have a look. I hope that answers your question there, Metalbum. Metalbum says entering at China or some big institutions buying silver. Aussie Alchemist says, Silver Lime 79. I am considering a slabbed MS70 Australian Bird of Paradise coin, but struggling to justify the premium. Do you think it will become very collectible? Well, how much is that coin, Aussie? It's a pity World Stalker's not here because he's the sort of guy that knows about slabbed. How much is it? What's the cost? I'm only starting to get into slab coins myself. I just purchased a SP70 Silver Krugerrand. That is going to be coming our way next month. Dang, Russia, China stepping up metal reserve game. Absolutely, man. They're flying. Everyone's talking gold, at least those involved in finances at CNBC. Is it time to sell or is it time to sell or soon? Says Metal Bam. Well, again, I mean, I wouldn't sell anything right now. Don't forget the market sentiment out there for precious metals is looking pretty good. What I mean, pretty good. I'm talking bullish momentum, bullish news out there currently at the minute. It looks like we have substantial buying action. And selling, look at that, guys. We've just like red candles, green candles, red candles. Nice wicks on both ends. So there's a lot of people, they could be taking profits right now. That's fine. Let them take profits right now. It just means the next day we're going to pump on through. It's better that this happens sooner rather than later, because otherwise what tends to happen is if you have too much buying and not a lot of consolidation or not that many profit taking days, then at some point it's all going to build up. And then what happens is you get everyone who sells and then the price drops, boom, straight down. So it's great to see profit taking. It's like in any normal cycle. I mean, look at that there, massive 2 days straight of just profit taking. I love it. So they need to get it out of their system so silver can keep the momentum moving up. Wow, 60 Australian dollars, man. That is pretty good value. I don't think you'll go wrong with that. An MS70 Aussie, 60 Australian dollars. Spot's 24, so is it 24? And then don't forget it's graded. So you know, what do they charge for graded over there? I know it's like 25 euros here for grading. So don't forget about taking the grading cost into consideration as well. So the total grading cost plus the which means there's only about $11 premium then really at 60 Australian dollars. I think that's pretty good. But again, World Stalker is probably the right man to talk to. He's got quite a substantial slabbed coin collection, particularly those. He's got quite a bit of Perth Mint stuff, koalas, and he's got koalas. He's got something else too. Right, sorry, let's have a look. Everyone's talking gold. Metal Bomb says totally. Jump on it, Aussie, says Graham Stacker. There you go. I mean, I suppose it's like when you take the cost into consideration, you got spots, and then you've got the cost of actually grading the coin, which I hear it's 25 euros to get a coin graded. So whatever that is in US dollar, sorry, Australian dollar format, then I think it's pretty good buy straight away for $11. Wow, take that with both hands, man. Right, okay, so what is more interesting to understand in the case of Russia is not that these large numbers, but the trend. Emerging market central banks have been buying gold fairly consistently since 2010 because central banks are looking to diversify their reserves. They're looking for safety, and gold provides that to them. The World Gold Council Director of Investments Research, Jean Carlos Artigas, told Kitco News at the beginning of April. Here's a look at the top 10 countries with the largest gold reserves by ton. See a drastic percent change in Russia and a massive drop in Switzerland. So here we go. United States, Q4 2008 is down to 74%. And then you've got Germany is up by 1%. You've got France down from 67% to 60%. Italy up from 65 to 66% with Netherlands. And then you've got Switzerland down. Cheap as they basically flogged their gold reserves. Look at that, Switzerland 39 to 5%. And then you've got India 4%, increased to 6%. So you've got Russia from 3% up to 19%. And then Japan unchanged. This year is no different from the last with central banks. They've been buying heavy gold buyers since last year, continuing to add the precious metals to the reserves. Global gold reserves continue to climb, tracking the 8% gain in June. Wow, it'd be great to get an 8% gain in precious metals. The biggest monthly surge in 3 years as trade and economic tensions rise, said the commodities brokerage SP Angel. An analyst cited data on an International Monetary Fund website showing that Kazakhstan raised gold holdings to 12.7 million ounces last month from 11.92 million in May. Turkey increased its reserves to 16.3 million ounces last month from 16.03 in May. Meanwhile, the Kyrgyz Republic holdings rose to a record 0.42 million ounces in June, with S&P Angel noting the data go back to 1995. That's by Anna Golubova from Kiko News. Very interesting. So central banks still buying lots of gold. That's mainly to diversify because they can probably see in the near future the US dollar could be a problem. So hence probably why. But no, it's interesting enough that not a lot of them are actually looking at diversifying. I mean, look at Switzerland there, 39%. They actually sold their gold reserves from 39% down to 5%. I wonder if they were in some trouble and they needed to liquidate something. Yeah, Metalbum says, yeah, agreed on silver and gold. I'll have to hold them out and some profit taking if they go parabolic. For meantime, I'm long-term hodl. Perfect. Well, I would say buy the dips, sell on the high. Don't get too greedy. Don't get too greedy profit taking, guys, because those are the days when you get too greedy. That's when the price goes. So just be realistic in regards to what your expectations are for your precious metals. You know, if you're happy to always give yourself a target and say, yeah, at when gold reaches $1,800 an ounce, that's where I'm going to sell. And then, but always sell on the high, don't sell on the low because you'll lose money. Health Bank's back. Why don't banks buy silver or platinum? Or because gold is the mainstay in regards to commodities. You mentioned anything in regards to what in the heck? Oh, sorry, that was. If you look at, you know, when anyone talks commodities, it's always gold. They never say gold and silver. They always say gold. Things might change when we start to see a move up in regards to the silver price. When we start seeing $25, $30, $35, you know, again, I'm not saying those prices are going to happen. It's not more an if. It's more the when. But I'm not saying they're going to be happening anytime soon. But you know, when we start seeing that and the volatility in the market being reduced, that's when others can turn around and say, you know, silver's starting to look pretty good and cheap. Deep Stupid, hey man, how you doing? Metal Bum, you are also referring to central banks. Are you referring to central banks? That is Metal Bum. Hey, Ed, SG Coin and Silver Collector. Hey man, how you doing? He says, hey, Silver Limey. Metal Bum, you're referring to central banks. Yeah, I believe he probably was. It's probably another reason why it's too volatile. The return on investment on silver is, well, in the past has been pretty bad. So, you know, to protect themselves better, gold is the one to go for. Probably not so platinum, even though the price is higher. Right, that leaves us. That's that article finished. We're going to be moving on to cryptocurrencies in a second. Then we're going to look at tokenomics. Before we do that, so I've only got one article, just in regards to cryptocurrencies. Didn't want to go over the top too much, so let's go and check in. Okay, so we're all seeing a slight pullback in regards to precious metals. There's silver down slightly to 1658. Still looking pretty good. Can't complain. It is looking good. Hopefully we can maintain that 50s level. Maybe attack this 1660 again, so get slightly over that before the end of the day. Palladium, $1,535 an ounce. We've got gold. Oh, gold's dropping as well. $1,421 worth. Oh, there we go. It's dropping. We can see there's a strong candle forming here down. Look at this, guys. There's a slight wick on it. $1,421 an ounce for gold. Silver, 1658. It's holding in there. DB Stupid says volume is good. Yeah, central banks or countries. DB Stupid says, thought experiment that they would happen if a country attempted to hoard physical silver. I don't think they'd have enough space. DB, where would they keep it? I suppose you'd probably have to buy in bigger blocks, you know, the conventional like kilo, the kilo bars that we normally get in gold. They'd probably need a 50 kilo bar or something like that in order to reduce the amount of space needed. We're also going to take a look at it. So before we finish up on the metal side of things, I want to check out the gold to silver ratio. Do you guys think it's broken 86 yet? Based on this performance, we're now seeing gold dip and silver's holding. So what do you guys think? Gold to silver ratio. Gold to silver. Before I select it, what do you guys think? You think it's broken 86 yet? We were at 86.4 yesterday, I believe. So here we go. Let's check it out. Gold to silver ratio. Sorry, I'm going to hide it away if I can before it pops up. What do you guys think? Gold to silver ratio? 85, says Aussie. Under 8, says Sucker for Silver. In your dreams, buddy. There you go, guys. We've broken through 86. We're now at 85.6. That's fantastic. So currently, silver has gained 8 ounces against gold for a conversion ratio of 85.6 to 1 ounce of gold. Hopefully we can keep chipping away. Keep chipping away, guys. Do you guys have a target that you want to get to short term in regards to your silver to gold conversion? Or are you gonna have any of you got 60 or 70 in mind? When we do get there, are you gonna take your gold down to the LCS and say, hey, I want to get an ounce of gold, please? Or probably what wouldn't be a bad idea too was platinum silver ratio would probably be a good buy right now. I don't think there is a silver platinum ratio. There might be a platinum gold ratio, but I don't think there's a platinum silver ratio. That to me would be a very interesting one as far as I'm concerned. I mean, looking on a possible nice return on investment. Sorry, he's going to take that down. Damn. Sorry, guys. Hang on. If I can get rid of this flipping thing. Just going to check the chat with everyone here. Says DB Stupid says Iran demands silver for gold and does a silver-backed currency. Nice. DB Stupid says to experiment. Yep, we'll be in that one. I'm not hearing him talk. Sorry, just make sure. Okay, you guys can hear me. Volume is good. Super. They couldn't be any worse off, that being sanctions. The Alchemist says 85. Sucker for silver, of course, we said 80. Yes, DBS. I was wondering if central banks would buy lots of silver. Some people have mentioned China might be a shadow buying silver. Excuse me. But he also said that in some sort of rumor. If any country started to take delivery of physical silver, it would break the market after a year, says DB Stupid. Also for platinum, Russia has a lots of excess of platinum mines. I think Russia and South Africa are the biggest miners. Yeah, personally, if I was either of those countries, if that's the majority of the mining in those countries, that's what I would probably consider holding. Is probably gold and platinum. Plenty Whiskey says, yeah, short term. I like the silver to be 1-to-1. Don't we all, buddy? Aussie Alchemist says 60 to 1. There you go. There's someone who's a realist. I'd trade some for gold. There you go. So he's got his eyes on 60 to 1. So you've got 25 to go, 25.6 to go. Sucker for Silver says, is there a chart to look at for the ratio? Unfortunately not. Oh, there is a chart. Sorry, if you're looking at the gold silver ratio, but I'd be more interested in seeing silver and platinum ratio, because I'm sure you could probably take some silver down and get yourself an ounce of platinum. So it's just red, red, red. Just as it's declining, it's moving nicely. And that's great. We're under this 20-day moving average. That's on the hourly. I want to see on the daily. Let's look at the daily. We don't need to see an hourly, obviously. There we go. Look at that sharp decline from its high. 93.34. Bam, 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 bam. Silver's nailing it. Love it. We're going to keep going. This is the trend line I put in place, but we're going to smash that. That'd be great. We'd love to see 80 to 1 to start with, or even 79. Just hitting that, that 79. That sounds really good. Russia is likely holding platinum from internal mining. What's that health paper saying? Lol, blended. That would be nice. I'll sell all of them. Do LCSs buy with normal premiums when you trade silver to gold? I've never tried it, so I wouldn't have a clue. We don't really have LCSs here in Ireland, so the people in the chat, if any of you've done any form of trading, just let Metal Bum know. Blended whiskey, gold, health babe, blended. I should have stacked more gold, bro. Says Metal Bum. So silver volume is low, though. Sorry, silver volume is low, though, for silver relative to gold. I have about 10 ounce physical gold and 850 ounce silver now. Wow, that's some stack. Metal Bum. Sucker for silver, yeah. Metal Bum's not worth trade at an LCS. I'm sure they'll try and rob that off you. Personally, Metal Bum, they'll come up with some story and say, "Oh yeah, now there's only best we can do is 1 below spot," something like that. Probably 2 below spot. Metal Bum says, "Sucker for silver. If they charge premium instead of selling silver for gold, I'll probably just buy more gold when the GSR goes below 40 to 65 in bits and pieces. Maybe sell a little on silver on eBay." Blended whiskey, I think STP sold all of his gold for silver. And there we go. STP's here. Sorry, South Texas Picker, man. How you doing? DV Stupid says, absolutely, they need to have enough bidders in order to buy from us. Just checking everyone out here. Super. Please don't forget to like the video. I don't see any likes on my side. So if you guys can just make sure you hit the like button, that'd be fantastic. It helps the channel. If you guys have time later, come back and comment on the video. Just let me know. Yeah, I'm doing a great job. I'm sure you guys know I am. Hence, you guys are always here. But I really appreciate that. So blimey, at STP South Texas Picker. What? Like 9, super. Thank you very much. He was stupid. 11 watching, 9 likes. Cool. He was stupid says now it says 9 watching, 12 likes. Now maybe I called a couple of people out now. Some people ran away. That's the alchemist. RB, hey man, where coins? Says RB. We appreciate you, Limey. Says Grand Stacker. Awesome. Look, guys, we're going to be moving on. Just going to double check pricing quickly, and then we're going to move on to crypto, and then we're going to take a look at the prices, and then I've got a video for you guys to take a look at tokenomics. Right, so let's double check platinum 875, 50 for platinum, still looking very strong. That's not going anywhere. Gold, however, 1422. It's pulled up slightly. $1,422 an ounce. Having a red day today, and we got palladium, $1,535 an ounce. Just if we go back to gold, it's currently up on the day. Is it up on the day? We're going to find out now. Sorry, it's going to do the daily. It's up on the day, $4.75. That's 0.33%. If you look at silver, silver is up on the day nearly 20 cents. It's currently 1.2% up, which again, it's done a number on gold by at least 5 to 1 in regards to gold's performance. So gold is 0.35 and silver is 1.22. Great job there. I think that's, sorry, 4 times. So that'd be 4 times. Okay, so that's good. Okay, so we'll keep an eye on that one. That's looking good. And then gold, we got palladium. Palladium again, sort of just tracking its own thing. 15.35 currently at the minute. It's $11.25 up. Gold to silver ratio is 85.64. Back up over that 60 mark, 1660.5. All right, let's get started here. Bitcoin. What an interesting day Bitcoin's had since yesterday. I'm obviously not holding any Bitcoin currently. The market is just too volatile, and also I want to maximize my Bitcoin holdings, so I'm waiting for lower lows. Now, interesting enough, I was looking at the chart here and I was thinking, when is an ideal time to get into Bitcoin? And everyone's talking about this 8.5 grand support level, but when I looked closer in regards to where the 8.5 level was, it was at this level here. Now, again, you've got buying here and you've got some buying here, but again, it doesn't, to me, it doesn't seem that strong. Yes, it is support, but if we compare it to other levels here, I mean, we've got this level here, which is fairly strong. You've got, what's that, the 10.5 mark, which has been broken. You then followed by the 10.2, which has also been broken. Then we drop down to the 9.8 marker, which has been broken. Then we continue going down, and obviously the 9.5, I think we broke through that. It was 9.4. We're now back above it to 9.650. So again, you know, even though that these are fairly strong levels of support, they have been broken. So when I look here, I don't see that sort of strength. I'm thinking 7.5. 7.5 to me looks like a good area of support. Now, the reason why I'm saying that is of this area here. Look what we have. We've got strong buying here. Channels there, buy, up. We've also got strong buying here. Nice big candle up. We've also depleted a lot of the selling. The selling's on its way down. Likewise with here. So again, you've got buying here, buying here, buying here. So there's substantial buying in that area. And that's why I believe that 8.5 is probably not as strong as some think. Because if you look at where we are here, this is the 8.7 mark. And we've got selling. Buying has reached its maximum, and then we're seeing selling. Now, they might be comparing it to the previous run-up, which is now all the way back here. But again, we were in a different market back then. But you know, fair play. Let's go and take a look. And again, where's the 8.5? The 8.5 is in this level here. Yes, you've got buying zone here and a buying zone there, but also there's selling in that area too, and there's also selling there too. You're also in a mid-sell zone as well as a buy zone. Also, you've reached your maximum there, and it's gone down to selling. So again, I'm not too convinced now at the 8.5 level being a major area of support. Again, that's just my opinion anyway, but I might be changing my tactic when we get down to these price levels. And if we do get down to those price levels, that I might need that. To me, the solid, I'd say pretty solid resistance is support is about the 7.5 mark, because that's when we start seeing these moves up. And likewise there. I don't know, what do you guys think? TV Stupid says 8.5 is wishful thinking. More unicorn firepower down at 7.6. Here you go. STP says they will have a huge sell-off if it's at 7.5. It helps the channel and promotes the community. Spread the silver gold word. There we go. Like it's that's metal bum there. S&P, man, how you doing? S&P's here. Crypto's dropping like my pants for my annual physical. TV Stupid. Anyone subbed? Anyone subscribed? Don't use the word sub. Sorry, just for future reference. It's just for the analytics. to Corey C Channel. I can't say I've heard that person. Need to find my way back to hack the like button. Thanks very much for that, Health Babe. Sorry, it's bed. Still in bed apparently. Ozzy says it's 4 a.m. there. Wow. And the S&P just saying hello there. I'm just double track backing. If I've missed someone's question, please post it again. I'm going to sleep. Thanks, RB. Thanks a lot, buddy. Cheers. Have a good night. It's like Six Flags ride. This crypto says that's South Texas picker. Be like a huge. They will have a huge sell-off if it hits at 7.5. DB Stupid says, yeah, wishful thinking. He says more unicorn firepower at 7.6. There you go. I like it. Metal Bum says 2,000. Buy at 8,000 price. Oh, he's going to buy some. Wow, I don't know. This market's a bit rocky at the minute. So Metal Bum says I have a limit buy order set for 1,000 at 8.5. Hey man, the prices change all the time. So again, I'm just adapting. Guys, just be careful in regards to this market. The short market can cost you dearly. And we're going to take a look at the chart here now, and we're going to see exactly what happened. But there are my thoughts in regards to where support is. Where it is now, there is some degree of support level. There is support at these levels, but again, you haven't got much. You've got a flight. You do have some decent support level there. You got one there, possibly 2, 3, and 4. But there's just too much pressure pushing this down at the minute. We've had loads of red days. We've had the last 4 days have all been in the red. Right, let's go on the hourly. Essentially, I called a bear cross. Sorry, a bear flag. Actually, when this went up there yesterday, I was a bit more cautious because it broke through and it went all the way up here. I was like, geez, this is interesting. But stuff like this just doesn't come out of thin air. Just realize that, guys, when we're in quite negative territory, and when we see spikes like that, you got to question it. You got to think, well, there's been a lot of pressure here. What's in the news that could possibly push the price up? And in my eyes, I was suspicious straight away. The moment we started pulling back as well, I was like, that's not good. And what happened straight after that? Bang, 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 straight down. What's interesting though is this tends to happen on a daily basis. So we had our one there, then we had another one. Then we've had another one here. We've had another one here. And then today as well, we had the same story again. Look at this. We get the spike. It's all the guys out there, the shorts. They're like, hey, come on, let's short this stuff now. And they're trying to get other people in. And then the people that get left behind are the guys who think that this is, it's time, it's going to go up again. And what happens? Boom, straight down. Look how far low. We hit a lower low. We hit a lower low. What was that? 7.4? It was 7.495 or something like that on the low. And look at this. Again, there just isn't enough volume, guys. And that is the scary thing about this. So I'm still bearish on Bitcoin. Anyway, sorry, let's check. Metal Bum says 5K at 7.5 to there we go. He's upping his number, and I'll buy full Bitcoin if it's 4 to 6.5. What do you think? Well, that'll be impressive, man. Metal Bum. Again, just adapt to what you see out there. So if there's negative momentum, then if it's going to push the price down, it's going to push the price down. Because look at these flags that we see here. This is red, 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 and they're fairly big. And look at all the green ones, fairly small. So these guys pumping these up here, these are the guys that have got the money, and they want the losers to come in and start committing their money, so they can essentially increase their stake and then sell it off straight away. Ben Franco G, hey man, how you doing? Says thankfully I accumulated a good amount of silver months ago. You guys think we'll see a pullback or continued upward trend? Well, kind of the momentum is certainly in an upward trend. You can check out you'll have to go back though, Ben. I've got to move on here because I've still got some more stuff to do. I'd love to look into a bit more, but just check the playback in regards to my thoughts there on the silver chart. Health Babe says next off for Bitcoin could be 8.5. It will be short-lived. It could go all the way down to 6.2. Jeepers. Yeah, I mean, if it goes down to that sort of level again, you're going to be looking at a different ball game. But that's why for me, the lower just looks stronger versus these mid levels at 8.5. And again, if I look at what I've cashed out now and I buy back in, I'm going to be buying a lot more Bitcoin. That's for sure. For my money I cashed out of. I'm too scared to short this market right at the minute. It's too unpredictable. Ben Franco G says Bitcoin to 7.5, possibly. Well, that's what I think, Ben. Just looking at these charts here and where support is. Metal Bump says I hope Bitcoin goes to 7.5. Ben, it's Ben OG says thanks, Limey. Will do. Appreciate it, guys. Just obviously note there is a disclaimer in the description. You're welcome to check out. Put a couple of links there as well. So we've got the link for the last video I did. Then there's a link there for the tokenomics, which we're going to go through here. It's by these guys, Block Geeks. I'm going to show you the video in a sec, which explains what creates value in tokenization. So we're going to go through that in a sec. And then I've also put, if you guys want to, the tip jars there as well. You'll see the addresses there for my Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Litecoin addresses. Entirely up to yourselves. And then it just goes over the details that we look over every day. So let's look at this and get this thing started. Right, let's look at this one first. This is a very interesting one. This is Fear and Greed Index, which I think is very interesting. What this does is obviously just in regards to if it's extreme fear or if it's extreme greed. Last month when we hit that nice high of 14,000, everyone was all happy to be where they are. Everyone's making money, and all of a sudden we had that plunge. And now look where we are now. We're currently at an extreme fear, so there's lots of people worried at the minute in regards to cryptocurrencies and probably at least Bitcoin. Here's a crypto and fear greed over time. So if you go, they can plot the greed here, and that pretty much goes back to 2018 July. And we can see it here going up, reaching up highs. We got here the greed index 47 to 69, and then it goes up again, and that's what we just recently had a high, and now we're down in the dumps. So people are pretty fearful. And this will obviously give you some indication in regard how the market is feeling right now. I think everyone is feeling this right now, and this is updated every 10.5 hours. I think that's pretty cool. And how they break it down is how the measurement is the volatility, market momentum, social scale, surveys, dominance, trends. So, and then they take that out, and that's how they work out that scale. So that's an interesting one. This is alternative to me, Crypto Fear and Greed Index. You can just type that into Google if you want to check that out. Right. Bitcoin, here we go. Bitcoin reacting from $9,500. Will the Hangzhou Internet Court ruling trigger demand? Bitcoin steady below 10,000. China will be restrictive, but China's miners play a vital role in the Bitcoin ecosystem. Therefore, despite the People's Bank of China stance, the ruling from Hangzhou Internet Court is bullish. Currently, BTC is up 3.8% on the week. Well, I don't know, when was this, double check when this was posted. It was 1 minute ago. It might have been just before that dump. This article came out, so obviously things have changed. Fundamentals, China's policies are against the proliferation of digital currencies. Nonetheless, that is not to say the country is non-instrumental in thriving Bitcoin economy. Several studies show that 60% of Bitcoin's hash power is from the strict nation. So there's a very large portion of the hash rate comes from China. Hash rate would be essentially the people invested in Bitcoin, if I remember correctly. Case in point are the decision to recognizing Bitcoin and classifying the world's most valuable digital asset as property. So in case you guys missed it, there was a court ruling that stated that they declare Bitcoin as property, digital asset as property. Whether that'll change things in regards to, it's probably one way to get around there in regards to cryptocurrencies. If they declare a property, then technically it's related or it's called something else. My screen stopped, guys. Oh, there we go. Okay, it's back on. Sorry, just checking everyone out here. It's finite, it's easily movable, etc., says Metalbum. Metalbum says, yeah, but the fundamentals of Bitcoin is like digital gold. It really is a network of money, people's form of money, distributed network ledger instead of central banks. The tech is sound. Absolutely. Yesterday I posted a video. In yesterday's live stream, I put a video in there that states what is Bitcoin. Definitely worth a good look. The link's in the description if you want to check that out. Tuck of Silver says, looks like we're going to 8.5K on Bitcoin. Yeah, I'm not surprised. I'll click the bell. I need to learn more on TA, trends, etc. Well, thanks, Ben. The halving basically will reduce the amount of mining rewards by half. That's the gist of it. It'll also reduce the amount that can be mined also by half, Metalbum. So essentially everything's cut in half, the reward to the miners and the actual supply. It happens every 4 years. I'm not an expert, but I tried to find huge faults in Bitcoin for the last 3 years, watched it and studied it before buying. It started as an internet in dispelling it. I good nods. Yeah, you could be right. However, all cryptos have no business associated with it. No one will back up any coins. It is a similar idea to insiders who will buy back their own stocks. Metalbum says, yes, you are right about the halving. I have no idea how it will impact the price movement. Metalbum says it's best to have some position in Bitcoin now, then sell a year after the halving. Not your whole portfolio allocation, but just some play money. Absolutely. Well, play money says it all. Anyone looking at investing in cryptocurrencies, invest what you're only prepared to lose. End of. I know a tiny bit. Metalbum, I'm waiting for Ethereum to Bitcoin ratio moving back up, and I'll trade my Ethereum for Bitcoin when it hits my target. There you go, Health Babe. So that's a good arrangement. Right, commentators say there is a significant milestone in particular. Dovey Wan, the founding partner of Primitive, said there was a watershed moment for Bitcoin. Positive as it may be, sound decision is not an express regulatory thought. That is so because the officials from the People's Bank of China are adamant that Bitcoin is not a fiat money. There we go. Bear targets 7.5 and 5.5. Wow, okay, that's an interesting way to put that. So their bear targets are apparently those levels. Again, I still think 7.5 is far better support than 8.5. And if we're going to go down to that level, again, it just depends on the news that's out there. But currently, momentum's not looking good. Supportive as it is, the Hangzhou Internet Court decision was not enough to prop Bitcoin prices in negative trajectory. Even after the announcement, sellers are firmly in control, and therefore, unless otherwise, there is sharp gain lifting prices above 11,200. Every high is technically a liquidation opportunity for savvy traders. Note that the prices are oscillating and held within the July 16 bear candlestick. The bar confirming the sellers of July 14th is therefore significant in this trade plan. If only does it point to bears, but from an effort versus result point of view, it is low to a critical support level. As such, as per previous assertions, any dip below 9,500 would spur a sell-off towards 7.5. Technically, that would confirm sellers of late June 2019. In that case, the first bear target will be 7.5. If the sellers are persistent, then the second feasible target will be 5,500. I tell you what, if Bitcoin gets to 5.5 grand, man, that would be very interesting. Technical indicators. Again, we don't need to go too much into this. It's bullish finding support. We don't really need to go through that. We've already been through that. There is talking about support. We'll drop to 7.5. Could likely drop to 7.5 as aforementioned. If not, there'll be support at 9.5 with equally high trading volumes. BTC will probably snap back and rally to 11.2 if a trend continuation phase. So Bitcoin declared as property in China. Right, let's do some token economics. But before we do that, let's just check on the prices. So, sorry, I'm going to just check the chat, make sure everyone is. I want to build my Meow coin. Apparently, that's Health Babe. Metalbum, it's best to have some position in Bitcoin. Yeah, that's right. That's the last time we were there, and they're waiting for the ratio. It's like gold. It's outside financial system, outside stocks. It should have been assigned to bears. At least Bitcoin should have. There's also crypto those that could, though. Different types cry. Bitcoin is like gold, says Middlebum. Gold doesn't have a central banking system. It's traded on exchanges and on stock markets. Bitcoin itself is separate from the exchanges. Is it manipulated? Yes, as gold and silver are in their markets. What is the driving sell-off? Apparently, blended whiskey. It's just negative sentiment currently at the minute. There's just not enough buys in the market. You've got a dwindling market. So we're going to take a look at the market cap as well. The market cap is just getting less and less on a daily basis. So currently what you have is you've got a lot of holders, but not a lot of people actually buying the stuff currently at the minute. So what's happening is, at least that's my estimate of it, with all the holds, then essentially when the price doesn't move, it drops. That is the way it's foreseen, as far as I know. But obviously there is some form of trading, but it's very low volume stuff. Same with Bitcoin. You can trade it peer to peer. There's new tech speculation. While gold has history and more confidence, Bitcoin and gold are more similar than different. Right, okay, so let's look at this video. What is this? Again, is by Block Geeks. The link is in the description. This is in relation to...
Have you ever wondered why stuff...
Sorry, I'm going to play that now. So what gives cryptocurrency value? I hope this isn't too loud, but we're going to play it for 3 minutes here. Don't forget to check these guys out. It is in the description there. It does say, like what you watch, give us and share it to your friends. So hence why you guys are my friends. I'm sharing this with you. So let's check this out.
Some tokens are worth more than others. Where does that worth come from? What are the differences between coins that seem to do the same thing? Tokenomics is a way of looking at how a token creates and sustains its value in the blockchain ecosystem. Of course, this is a result of a ton of factors, so we're going to cover the major ones in this two-part series. Hopefully these videos will give you some idea of what to look for when you're interested in a new project. When you're looking for information like this, remember that a project's white paper is the best place to start. If a project doesn't have a white paper or any kind of technical information available, that's a red flag. So let's get started. It's best to start at the very beginning. Where did the coin come from? Take Bitcoin, for example. Bitcoins are generated every time a block is mined, and there's a hard cap on the total number that will ever exist. This makes the coin more scarce, and as such more valuable than a coin generated from thin air. Many projects will pre-mine the sum total of all the coins that will ever be on the network, and then release them slowly over time to users. Or they'll create a large supply for a crowd sale, and then continue to generate more through mining on the network. This isn't to say that this approach is wrong or bad, but it's a more difficult route to creating value. Given two equally useful coins, the one with only 1 million in existence will be worth more than the one with 1 billion in existence. So this is important to keep in mind. Is the supply of the token growing or shrinking? And if so, how fast? Another factor in the value coins provide is the method in which it was created. Is it entirely new? Is it a fork of an existing coin? Is it built on top of an existing chain and coin system? All of these avenues have their benefits and drawbacks. A brand new coin has the potential to be anything. With a good team and good marketing, a lot of value can be hyped up around a project that is relatively unknown. If it can deliver on its promises, that bodes well for the value. If it can't, it has little safety net to prevent it from zeroing out. Without the community support of a fork or a chain it's being built on, it lives and dies purely on how well it can prove itself. A fork of an existing coin has the benefit of building off of an infrastructure and community that already exists. This can be good if the fork is something the community has wanted for a long time, and so gain a lot of users very quickly. But if it's a contentious fork, the new coin could split the community or even be actively attacked by it. These are all important considerations in a coin's value. Few people purchase a coin they dislike. Similarly, a coin built on top of an existing ecosystem like Ethereum can leverage the same community and developer support that a fork might, but without much of the risk of angering the community by splitting it. Your app simply exists on the chain and people can use it if they find it useful. But coins built on coins tend to face a lot of criticism and have a hard time decoupling or growing beyond its parent currency. You're also at the mercy of the chain that you built on. If a major change in the parent chain destroys your project, there's not much you can do. We can see now that how you generate coins and where you generate coins are important to how the market will value them. One more major facet of the valuation is what type of coins you generate. There's a lot of different types here, but we'll look at the big ones. Is the token fungible or non-fungible? Essentially, is it a currency or is it a collectible? Obviously, any given collectible can be worth much more than 1 unit of currency. But as the word collectible would imply, there's very few of them. Fungible tokens are prolific, meaning there's often millions of them. They get value from this property because you can reliably trade them with other people for a set price. A non-fungible is the exact opposite. It's rare, so its value is much higher, but at the same time, it's only really worth something to the right person. Is the token a utility or a security? Now, we won't go too deep into this here because it's incredibly complex, and we already have a guide on this that you should check out. But at the minimum, you should ask yourself this. Does this token allow me to access or use a service that I couldn't otherwise? Does it perform a function? Or is it basically just a token that I'm holding in the hope that it increases in value? This is one of the many determining factors in what is and isn't a security, and the implications of that determination can have an enormous impact on the value of your token. In these early days of blockchain and cryptocurrency regulations, many users are wary of tokens that can be classified as securities, as that carries with it major legal and tax ramifications. All of this really encapsulates into a concept called network effect. All of these small decisions we've talked about, and more that we'll talk about in the next part, are little pieces of a puzzle that build up incentives and disincentives for users to participate in your network. Maybe some users are interested purely in Ethereum collectible tokens, maybe others in regulated securities based on Bitcoin forks. The amount of interested users that you capture directly relates to your network's ability to grow and expand. A network with 3 users on it is easily forgotten or compromised. A network with millions of users is much more difficult to take down, and is likely to grow further as those users talk about it. This is your network effect. In the next part, we'll discuss more factors at play in tokenomics that can help you discern for yourself why projects earn the valuations that they do. Hopefully by the end of the series, you'll not only be able to reliably spot strong projects in the space, but explain why they're strong too. See you soon.
That was a pretty good video there from BlockGigs. We'll play the second part tomorrow. We'll probably end the live stream in about 10 minutes. So we're just going to go over the last section of the cryptocurrency. So let's check out Bitcoin pricing. Bitcoin currently $9,626. Right, it's currently down if we have a look at the open. It's just refreshing here. It's 9,615. Right. How much is it down on the day? It's down $224 per token. Nice large red candles coming there. Right, so open was 9,848 and the low was 9,507. So it didn't quite break the 9.5, and we're currently at 9.6. However, you know, we've only gone up $100. We might see some sort of recurve, but again, it's the sentiment is headed lower. That's for sure. I certainly hope so too, Health Babe. I certainly hope it will stay above the 1650 level. It's currently 1660. Right, then we're going to look at Litecoin is one I'm watching carefully. There's Litecoin's halving is coming next month. So again, it's very much like you're halving the supply next month of Litecoin. So I'm holding Litecoin currently in because I think there could be a different trend in regards to following Bitcoin in the relative near future. And again, that's only my opinion, but that's why I'm looking at it very closely. And oddly enough, what do we see today? We see a green candle today. Now, what do we see with Bitcoin's candle today? It is red. And if we look at Ethereum as well, Ethereum is in the red as well today. So why is Litecoin any different today? Why is it in the green? Could we be seeing a different change? Also, the price, they've tried to break the price lower, but then it keeps coming back. It keeps hovering in that 90 zone. So I think it's going to be making that step to 100 soon. I'm tempted. I'm just going to try and see if it drops anymore. I'm tempted to get maybe a bit more Litecoin, just for the near term. Maybe to probably shorter near term or shorter medium term. And then what I'll do is I'll flip that and then I'll put it into Bitcoin, something like that, because I think the value should go up if the supply has been cut next month. Metalbum says I'm 50% Bitcoin, 10 to 5% XRP, Ethereum, Litecoin, EOS Dash, and some other cryptos. But easiest way is just to buy some Bitcoin. You're absolutely right on that. Bitcoin says all these securitization and tokenization interest me. There you go. Yeah, Lamy, I agree, says Metalbum. I don't know what I'm doing. He doesn't know what he's doing yet. And I'm just, but I'm still keeping tabs on Ethereum. So I've still got some Ethereum at the minute, even though it's losing value. I'm just something's got to change, especially with when and if the alt season does turn up. Alt season is generally when the profits of Bitcoin have been taken out of Bitcoin and put into the alts. So with Ethereum being a close tie with BTC, or the number one altcoin, it's the reason why I've still got money in it. So I'm certainly holding it in there. I don't think I'm going to be selling. It just depends on where we go from here, support wise. That's my only concern, because essentially I could sell and then maybe buy in lower, but I'm just keeping a close eye on it for now. However, it's fourth day in the red. However, there's been some major selling. The price dropped as low as 200 before being pulled back to 210. So that one is definitely a precarious one there, but there is some support at these levels of 198. You can see here we got strong buying here as well. So we're going to keep an eye on that. So hopefully we might see a turnaround soon there for Ethereum. But we're way oversold in regards to our moving averages, our EMAs. But the same can be said with Bitcoin too. $9,630. Right, so Litecoin, there's the one I'm definitely watching with interest for sure. And likewise with Ethereum, not so on the same level as Litecoin, but I'm still keeping an eye on all the same. Let's look at the market cap. Right, it's going to refresh this so we can get the latest market cap in there. Bloody Whiskey says psychologist would diagnose Bitcoin as a bipolar disorder, maniac depressive disorder. True that. The cryptos are very bipolar. Metal Bum says, but I see great potential, but it's just my opinion based on following it for the few years, but I believe it in the most is diversifying and applying trends. Real estate and real estate buy and holding, etc. BTC is definitely bipolar, expected bubble for our generation. Blended Whiskey says he made 40 cents on BAT this week. Wow. Wow, I've got 17 likes. Wow, geez, that's fantastic. We've definitely gone up there, everyone. Hey, Mellow Stacker. Hey, Mellow Stacker, how are you doing, man? Right, we got about 5 minutes left, so let's get cracking. So we got Bitcoin, 172 billion market cap. We're looking here. Market cap is down $267 billion. That's the market cap, and then 24-hour volume still low at 58. This is pretty much the same as it was yesterday. Bitcoin dominance 64.5. Funny enough, you can still make money on some coins, but obviously, you have to go look for them. These are the coins that we're talking about here. Up 7%. This is Walton Chain. Never heard of them before. We got Crypto.com. They've been around for a while. The name that crypto wants. Up 6%. We got Hypercash. Never heard of them either. 5.47. We got Nexo. Up 4.87. U Network. Not even a cent. 900, so 9,000ths of a penny. We got EOS, which is fairly known. That's at 4.29% up. Looks like Bill J is back. Bill J version 2. He's been apparently his mum hasn't been that well. And I see his live streams up. So if you guys want to do, you can drop in there and say hello to him. Let's have a look and see who the biggest losers are. Crypto.com chain apparently down 14%. Metaverse, Solve. Okay, yeah, pretty random stuff. Right. Okay, so let's get to it then. We've gone through our video. That is pretty much where we're going to leave it today. XRP. I'm still holding XRP. Currently, just waiting for something to happen here. I mean, there's been so much news out there, Bank of America, but unfortunately, the market is so depressed at the minute that no matter what good news comes out, the price barely moves. So, but it's once the market sentiment changes, I think XRP is one that's going to move up based on that feed on the news that's been out there. So again, we're just going to shed this negative market that we're currently in at the minute. Litecoin 92.5, XRP 0.31 cent per token. We were talking about mined and pre-mined. XRP is a pre-mined token, which means they've already made the allocation. Hence why they have these little stars. So if guys are wondering what these little stars are, so when you go to Binance Coin, it is a pre-mined coin, which means that is the amount of coins that they will not be mining anymore. Whereas obviously these Bitcoin caches and Litecoins and that, they can do forks. essentially they can do a hard fork and create another token from it and use the same network. But yeah, that would be the maximum. That would be in. So when we talk billions, there you go. That's 42 billion, 42.8 billion tokens. Right. Healthpaper says, Silver Army, it might be my last stream this weekend. Oh, of course, yeah. I suppose I'm trying to make the most of it, really, in regards to. So are we gonna do something, Healthbabe? If I've got the time, we can certainly get a chat going. Sunk of Silver says cryptos can make you nuts for sure, especially when you're watching it every day. Yeah, Melistack, I've been listening to you earlier for about 30 minutes, but I couldn't chat. Well, no, thanks, Melistack. I always appreciate my listeners. Need to have stable setup for my future streams. I couldn't believe I couldn't agree with you more. Sorry, XRP is a buy for me. That's blended whiskey. He's also hedging his bets on that one. That's me hedging my bets on XRP. Depending on the volume you're holding as well, I suppose. Sugar for Silver says XRP Moonboys said it was never going under 40 cents a few weeks back. Yeah, just talking about XRP, man, the videos out there and the guys who obviously do their XRP, I've actually stopped watching them because they just seem to be just talking the same old talk. And it's always hodl, hold, hodl. Biggest mistake everyone made was hodling when prices are high. If you want to increase your token, buy on the low, buy the dip, sell high, and then buy low again. I mean, it's normal economics, and it just seems the channels out there have just got everybody out just hodling, just keep holding, and then of course you could have sold XRP when it was 50 cents a token, right? And look at the price now. You would have gained 20 cents on the token, right? And that would have mean that you could have automatically enlarged your stack, if you can call it that, of tokens, just by doing that. Just buying, or at least I suppose you need some knowledge of the market. But that's when people get too greedy. It's when you're constantly holding. Everyone's talking about a pullback. And you're like, no, I'll keep going, and then bam, it hits you when you don't even know it. Anyway, let's have a look. So I am still in the process of debugging my setup issues. I don't think I can get anything ready by the 8th of the 1st. I might need to build a brand new system just for that. There you go. That's helped, babe. Look, either way, I can live stream from my phone in case things aren't set up. It'll look a bit odd though. It'll be the screen effectively being recorded by a camera instead of having the setup as it is. But yeah, it's going to be an interesting setup. Right. Thanks everybody for listening in on the aspect of cryptos, precious metals. Healthbaby says she wants to buy some uranium later on. Might need to. I don't think they've got the uranium price. I don't know why they haven't thought of that one yet. Folks, I don't know how rebalances their portfolios. Folks don't know how to rebalance the portfolios. Absolutely. I suppose that's probably one reason. The one reason that I like to hodl is the capital gains tax. But I guess I shouldn't let that get in way of profits. Don't forget, you can offset your profits with losses when it comes to capital gains. So if you've had any losses, whether it be in another asset, it doesn't have to be an XRP. So if you made a loss on something, and whatever the profit you took out of XRP, you can cancel part of it out. If not, if for instance you had a major loss in something, then you can write off the profits with the other loss. That is essentially what capital gains is. So we know it takes a lot of bandwidth on our own system for live streaming. Not sure if your phone can handle it either. Well, it seems to be. I've streamed from my phone before. No problem about that, guys. I've got to go. Health Babe, thank you very much. To do some shout outs, we've got Metal Bum, we've got Blended Whiskey, Sucker for Silver. Always glad to see you guys here. Mellow Stacker as well, who was listening in earlier. Didn't get a chance to put any comments in. Wow, it's like my usual entourage there putting in their comments. DB Stupid, he was there. He's listening while he says he's watching while he's driving. Just be careful, guys. Be sensible out there. Just you can have it playing on the background, but don't be watching and driving. Ben Franco G, he was in there earlier on as well. Special thanks to you. And is there anyone else before? STP, South Texas Picker. RB as well was in. Graham Stacker. Yep, thanks very much. Have a great evening, guys. And of course, hopefully I'll try and dig up some more news, and we'll have a few more articles for tomorrow's show. Thanks so very much, guys, and I'll see you all next time.